Hey, so sorry, this is part two of the video of the Sipping Classic meeting. I just realised I'm getting close to the 30-minute mark where generally it just automatically changes over. So if you're joining me on this video, go and have a look at part number one first before you start watching this one. I'm halfway through a race, so you probably won't get what's going on. And if you are coming across from part number one, thank you for switching over to this one. We'll obviously we're digressing into race number 9, the Summit Stakes. Over 1,500 metres for fillies and mares group. Just for the mares group 3 race. And I mentioned the speed map. As I said, Jamaican Rain, Sweet Scandal, Kingsbrook will be up there. Gentico and Victory Kingdom, I'd say, will be the speed horses of the race. Look, for me, a lot of interesting different form lines to follow here. So it's a hard race to really, I guess, get a real good sense on a winner, because it is a very hard race. There's a lot of definite chances here. Look, I'm going to go at number 5, Platinum Angel. It comes out of the Greys race, which doesn't look as good a form as some of these, but I thought that was a huge run. She was so far back in that run. She made a lot of ground late. She really tacked the line with some gusto. Prior to that, was decent behind. It took good enough run behind Tefane, and then the run prior to that first up, of course, it ran really well behind Prophet's Thumb. So, look, I think that the way that the map plays out, I think this horse, she'll just get the perfect run of the race. I think she might be able to charge home late, use the big Sandown straight to wind up. Got that soft track stats, which, as I mentioned before, at Sandown generally tends to bind pretty well, even on the good tracks. So I'm going to have her on top. And then number 4, Fidelia, who will also be coming home from the back. And she's had a win at this track before from the one start. She just hasn't quite been able to get the same sort of form that she showed in the winter, which looked to have her fair bit of promise and perhaps win a big race, and this might be the one for her. I mean, she was just never really able to come into it last time at the Empire Road Stakes by Melody Bell. Prior to that was very, very good. She ran a very good race at Caulfield in the Ladies' Day Vase behind Spanish Reef. So she's getting close to win, and she obviously does her best work generally at Flemington. So she comes to Sandown, which is another big straight, gives her time to wind up. Ben Bellum in the saddle. I think she'll be right at the finish. Number 3, Sweet Scandal, has got some very good form coming into this. She was very good behind Teleplay last time out, who will get a bit of a sense on how Teleplay is going as it goes around in a race prior. So we'll see what the form is like out of that one. And then prior to that, it comes out at St. Tefani race that I've got my on top selection in. Platinum Angel that comes out of. So I've got to have a bit of respect here for number 3, Sweet Scandal. I think it's got a great chance. And then in for 4th, number 2, Jamaican Rain, who was scratched last week for this race. So interesting decision there. It's had 2 wins from 5 starts, second up. And again, it's a horse that loves the soft ground. We won't get soft ground, but as I've mentioned, Sandown's a bit easier underfoot. So might appreciate running at Sandown. It's never come here before, so it'll be interesting to see how it goes. But it'll definitely be up on speed. Linda Meach, she's one of the best front riders in business. If she finds the front, she'll be hard to beat. So for me, very good race. Number 5, Platinum Angel, for me. Just think the race maps perfectly for her to run a really good race. So I've got number 4, Fidelia, in for 2nd. In for 3rd, number 3, Sweet Scandal. In for 4th, number 2, Jamaican Rain. Moving to race number 10. Final race of the card, the Eclipse Stakes over 1,800 metres, Group 3. Look at the speed map for this one. We get to see Setting Sail, the Godolphin runner, come around here. And look, bit of an issue. I mean, Pagadalia and Darren Roman will more than likely go forward, but there's not a whole lot of speed in the race. Say Mr. Moneybags will boot up off the inside barrier to get close enough. And I'll be interested to see what James Dore does on Setting Sail. I'm hoping that he goes forward and gets close enough with that lack of speed in the race. And if he can do so, I think this horse will be extremely hard to beat. I think it's a class above these. So it is short enough at the 2:30 now, but it has the form on the board. Obviously, its best is over around the 2,000 metre mark. It's at the 1,800 here, but I think Charlie Appleby has brought his horse down here for a reason. He hasn't fired yet. I think you'll get 2 winners on the card, and I think the Setting Sail will win the last race of the card and send punters off home happy. Ahead of number 3, Plenciel, who loves running at Sandown, has had the 2 starts here for 2 wins. It was very good last time out behind Yulong Prince, made a lot of ground from the back. Prior to that, it was decent enough in the Cranbourne Cup. Well, again, there was a leader. I guess it played a bit more to the leaders in the Cranbourne Cup there. And prior to that, he was superb behind Push and Shapes at Caulfield. So he's getting very close to win. He's 4th up here. I think he's got a huge chance at $7 and $1.85 to place. Savahit, number 7, has got very good form. Winning form's good form. And obviously ticked off, beat Mr. Moneybags last time out at benchmark 90. I can see it doing it again here. Carries 54 once again. Mr. Moneybags goes from let me just have a look, sorry. 56 down 54, so he does get a slight weight swing in its favour, Mr. Moneybags. That's why I've got it in for fourth. I think that those two really did gap the rest of the field. I think they're the ones that will be chasing home these perhaps slightly better gallopers. But again, Mr. Moneybags have 4 starts to a track for 2 wins and a placing, so I think it's got a good chance in this one once again. I'm just building close to a win. So I'm going to have number 4 Setting Sail on top for me as one of my better bets of the card as well. Ahead of number 3, Plenciel in for second. In for third, number 7, Sava Heat. And in for fourth, number 6, Mr. Moneybags. Now, on to my best bets of the card. I'm quite keen to play in race number 3, number 2, Zelong at the $2.70. They're going to make that one of my best bets. Race 3, number 2, Zelong. And race number 4, number 1, Widgie Turf at the $2.60. I think this is his race to win. So race 4, number 1, Widgie Turf. The best each way chances. I don't have a heap of them in this card, unlike a couple other times. I do think that in race... Sorry. Well, gee, you can't really go. Look, it's a bit hard, actually. I haven't really got anything at double figures. I've just realised that. Usually I like to find a bit of a roughie here and there, so I do apologise there. Look, each way chance, all right. Well, I'm quite confident that the Platinum Agent could run a good enough race. At $6.50, I'm going to make that my best value bet. Then obviously from there, I don't have too many more. I've got sort of all ones under the $6 mark thereabouts. But I guess looking at an each way perspective, one that you could go at each way, maybe not be too much value, but as an each way chance, number 3 is Yeti. I think you can go him each way. I think he'll run a good race and he'll be in the top 3. So that's the recap of my Sandown Zipping Classic, the race and the numbers for each race of the card. I hope you enjoyed it. Go and check out my preview at the Hunter. I'll be doing that straight after this one. Of course, Newcastle's big day over there. Plenty of good racing to get through. Hopefully we find plenty of winners at Sandown to cap off what's been a fantastic spring carnival. I really appreciate all the support you guys have given by watching the videos and leaving comments, leaving feedback. It really is much appreciated, and hopefully we can continue to do this, and we can I'll continue to provide winners, or just give you guys just plain insight, which is mainly what I'm trying to do. Just give you guys a bit of an insight who I think's the chances, break down the race for you. You can go and make your own decision from there. You can follow me in if you feel confident or you agree with me. But generally, that's how I like to do it. I like to watch other people's content as well, see what they're with, see what they like, see what the tipsters like. And just if it couples up with me, it gives me a bit more confidence. That's sort of what I'm trying to do here. Not necessarily sway you into my tips necessarily, but just giving it a good chance for each of the horses I think have a good chance, and the ones that I've got on top. So good luck if you're following tomorrow. Good luck if you're having a punt, of course. And enjoy some great racing tomorrow. If you're getting down to Sandown tomorrow, enjoy the day. I'll more than likely be there, so I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a great day out there tomorrow for Zipping Classic Day. So good luck, punters, and enjoy the racing tomorrow.